Get ready for takeoff because it's a take flight talk. It's your boy James Wudi. We got Fitz. Okay, and this is actually the first rematch of the New York Jets season. We played this team before. We're playing them right now. It's a big game. Fitz, how you feeling?
This may be, I think I might have made this joke in the last pod that we did, but I'm going to do it again, so whatever. This is probably the first time in recent history, probably in the last like 10 years, in which I haven't seen a graphic of the Jets lost the bye week. You know what I mean? Like this is like we're building towards something now. We're in a weird spot right now. Like honestly, I've been so happy and content the past like month and a half, 2 months, dare I say, that it's like this bye week's got me just set. Like I feel like I'm a little bit removed from football right now. And I think it's not just me. I think a lot of Jets fans kind of feel this way. It's like we had nothing last week. We come off a huge win, and I feel like that momentum just kind of didn't lead to let's keep on rolling, baby, after the Bills game. And it feels a little bit funky, but we're going to be diving right back in going against the Patriots, who we've historically obviously struggled with very much. I'm hoping this bye week that we both are coming off of, both the Patriots as well as the Jets, is going to do more benefit than harm. I think an extra week of rest is going to be a good thing for the boys. They've been fighting their butts off. But I hope we come back out, sharp, strong, and ready to, really make something happen. I've got zero doubt in our defense. I think our defense is going to be putting on a clinic as they always do. I love seeing Del Rivas at the Jets facility today. But it's going to come down to, is Zach going to come back from this bye a little bit smarter, a little bit wiser? Is he going to put some things together for us? Our offense as a whole going to be able to, take care of business against a extremely well coached team that ultimately, on paper, I think we have more talent on. But Woody, what are we thinking here? We got
I
what is
mean,
this? Week 12, week 11, week
week
12,
11, week 11.
week 11. What are you thinking?
Hey, all right. You've been saying this is the best that you've felt, right? In at least 10 years, right? I was writing the Woody 3. I was doing things and I was saying, oh, 10 years, 10 years. Like it's been a long time. It's been a long time. There's actually a specific season, and I know you hate when I compare us to the 49ers and the Shanahan tree.
I
You
never
hate
said I hated it. I just recognize you love bringing that up.
and I bring up the Bengals and how we're outpacing them for the miraculous run last year.
Yep.
Allow me to actually compare ourselves to the same team, the Jets of 2010. I mean, it stacks up pretty nicely. Let's get that banner out of there so we can see the full graphic. I mean, you know, we're looking at two defenses that are performing at a similar clip, and this whole time, we've been saying, oh, the defense with Rex, the defense with Rex. Well, guess what? This defense with Salah through 9 games where it looked like we were pretty bad actually against the Ravens and the Bengals, but to still be able to put up this type of numbers in a passing league, right? The rules have changed since 2010 to favor passing even more, and we're still coming up with these types of stats. I believe is a godsend. On
Rex
the other
was
side
fat,
of the
huh?
ball, hello.
Rex was a big boy. I always forget how big Rex was.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Rex was
hey,
a big boy.
that's
Let's
why
go
I
get a
gained weight.
snack.
That's why I
This
gained weight so I can look like Rex. It was called me Rex Woody back in the day. But no, it's this team is eerily similar, both sides of the ball, and that was the last time that we had won 6 games in 9 weeks. That was also, the last time that so many different feats have been accomplished. And you know what? We split the season series with the Pats that year. I think we're splitting this year. I am gung ho. I'm all in on us ending that streak and continuing our road streak by being the first team in the NFL this year to be 5-0 on the road. I truly believe that there is no other outcome than New York Jet victory this week.
Well, I am hoping you are right because there's a lot on the line, as you know, Woody, this week where we are holding the keys. Are we going to be in first place or fourth place in this division? Like this game, we could either be the top dog or the bottom dog. And that is such a crazy position to be in. And that goes and shows how strong the AFC East is. And for us to now have beaten the two best teams that we could play against, in the AFC East, and the Dolphins and the Bills, and now, be one game down on the Patriots, there is no reason why we could, at the very least, split the series with every single team in the AFC East this season. There's no reason why we cannot. We've already started. We're already underway with the two better teams in the division. Patriots, like we said, we've got a coaching problem that we're like going up against, like coaching. We're going up against good talent. We could beat good talent. We struggle beating good coaching. And that's something that starts with our coaching. I think Ulbricht's turned this defense around in ways that I did not think was possible last season or even the first couple of games of this season. I don't think I was alone with that, Woody. But we're in for something special, I think, this Sunday. I agree. I think we're going to win. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to start my score prediction. Woody? 24-17 New York Jets.
24-17. Very close to the first game. I like it.
What do you got?
I think that the Jets are going to win. And I'll say this. All right. For all that game was, everybody blasting Zach, 3 picks, tried to throw it out of bounds, it was intercepted, like all of that. We lost by 5 points. All right. We only lost by 5. The defense put on a clinic. That game was the only time since week 3 that the defense has even allowed more than 20 points. And why did they allow more than 20 points? Because all 3 of Zach's picks gave the Pats excellent field position. They were within the 40 all 3 times, right? That's field goal range. Nick Folk, we all should know who Nick Folk is.
He put on a clinic that game.
Oh my gosh. Goodness. I won't
lie. They weren't converting those turnovers for touchdowns, but Nick Folk came in and said, "Hey, we're back, baby. You got it."
50-yarder, 48. Like he was hitting from range because our defense was doing their job, but our offense was giving the other offense the ball in horrible field position for us. So if you take that in consideration, and, you look at, what the defense is capable of, what we've been capable of, what we just did to one of the second best scoring offense in the NFL, what we just did to them. Yeah, they lost again to the Vikings, but they put up 30 points in that loss. To us, they couldn't even sniff 20.
Yep.
So you're asking me for a score prediction. I'm saying it's 20-9.
Oh!
New York Jets.
Oh, I like it.
3 Nick Folk field goals from my fantasy teams. Holla at your boy. But they not getting in the end zone. They're not getting in the end zone this week.
Well, I'm a big fan of that prediction, just as much, almost actually as much as I am a fan of the Woody 3. And big surprise. It's no surprise. Week after week, Woody comes out with banger after banger. And this one that you have done this week is up there. One of the better ones you've done. So why don't you break down the 3 things Woody's looking at? Break it down for me.
Yes, absolutely. I got 2 eyes, and they're looking at 3 things. I'm telling you right now, if we do these 3 things, if we pay attention to these 3 things, it will be a victory. 20-9. That's what I'm saying. 22-9. Starting with number 1, ghost busting. All right. We know Sam Darnold said the words, but all of our QBs have been seeing ghosts out there for years. If we can eliminate the mistakes, that's what it's all about, is eliminating the mistakes. And it's not just Zach. Stop saying, of course, if Zach makes a bad read, but the O-line, All right. They need to properly protect. I mean, the pressure that he faced against the Pats was more than almost any other game because of their reads. Bill Belichick, disguising coverages, like Fitz said, coaching, right? So we got to make sure that we know the reads that we're looking at and react accordingly. Number two, the slot machine, Elijah Moore. All right. He has been less has been more. All right. The whole season. But this is the game. He's going to be seeing some looks in the slot. And we know Belichick loves to take out the number one weapon. We didn't have a number one weapon the first time. We were spreading the ball around. Now, Garrett Wilson is out here averaging like 90 yards a game. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be focusing on him. That opens it up for Elijah Moore. Look for him. I think this will be his first game being fantasy relevant all year. And then number three, eliminate the unnecessary. I mean, we lead the entire NFL in penalties that have either unnecessary or roughing in the name. That is horrible, horrible. There are more games this year that we've had at least two of those penalties than there have been games where the other team had even one against us, right? Like it's not a common – this is not a common occurrence in the NFL. Good teams don't commonly rough the passer every week, but that's what's happening to us. Unnecessary roughness. Now, we did not rough the passer against the Bills, but we did. My boy Justin Hardy, special teams captain, had a bad unnecessary roughness on a kick return. So we just got to stop that, man. If we can eliminate the penalties, I don't need to remind all of you how an unnecessary penalty affected us in that first Pats game, right? We ain't got to talk about it. Franklin Myers. So just eliminate that. Be careful with the reads on offense and utilize that boy Elijah because he's ready to go. He's been chomping at the bit all year, and I think 20-9 will be a breeze.
Well, I wish it was a breeze, Hall. I wish we had our man back because I'd feel a lot more confident about this game in that circumstance. But yeah, no, I mean, I like this. I think the Ghosts. You're absolutely right. This transcends quarterbacks. It transcends coaching staffs. This Belichick defense is, this is not unique. How Darnold was hurt, how Zach's been hurt, and he does this to young quarterbacks. Period. And if Zach's able to go and rise from the dead, I think we could be in very good position. The biggest issue that I have is, like you said, getting rid of the ghost. If he could just eliminate the turnovers, read the defenses better. Like you said in the article on the Woody 3, it's they've got very good schemes that can go and read like a blitz and they pull back into coverage or vice versa. They have some very good schemes they put together, which is very tricky to read, especially for young quarterbacks that don't have as much experience doing it. So I love the first point. The second point, I would love to see Elijah Moore do something. I got the kid's jersey. I'm a big fan. Last year, I was like, oh, my God, we've got a number one receiver. Can you believe it? I'm starting to lose hope. I hate to say this. I would love to see him get opportunities. I love Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's going to be going up. Corey Davis is out this week again, which means Garrett Wilson's more than likely. I mean, they got Jack Johnson over there, very good young cornerback. They've got a very strong, D-back core. I would love to see Elijah Moore find his opportunity this week. It seems as if Corey Davis might be back next week. So this is probably the week that if it's going to happen, it's probably going to be this week. If not, we might be seeing the ghost of Elijah Moore. So, and I hate to say that, but this is, I think, the week that it has to happen. And I am forgetting the third Woody 3.
The penalties.
Unnecessary. Grief. Oh my gosh. Like, honestly, JFM has been the culprit of two very big ones. But it's not just him. I mean, these things are happening left and right. Another thing actually we didn't talk about as well is we got LTT back, which is awesome. I love to see him resign.
The good doctor.
The good doctor, man. He's great. And, not that I think we necessarily need him at the moment. I don't think he's finding himself a starting position in the immediate future. I think the guys that we have right now are working out well enough, but tremendous depth piece to bring in. Very excited to have him back. Keep an eye on Max Mitchell. I haven't really heard too much about him, but it should be coming up soon that he's going to be back.
Yeah, well, I think he was actually practicing, and they're just letting him just keep being comfortable. We actually don't even know. Salah was kind of making it almost seem like he could be like a healthy depth piece like that. They might just go with. I was trying to phrase this in a way where I didn't have to say his name because is I don't even know, but
Aguchi. Aguchi. Hey, you know what? Whatever the hell his name is, he's been doing pretty solid.
Yes.
But yeah, so I mean, things are coming together well. I think turnovers and penalties. I mean, Elijah Moore. I hope so. That would be great. But I think 1 and 3 of the Woody 3 is completely spot on against this Patriots defense. Turnovers and penalties. Got to play smart football, and that begins with not turning the ball over and not shooting yourself in the foot, giving up yardage to the other team or taking yardage away from your team when you have a good play. So, if we go and get those two things to happen, 20-9 is well within the realm of possibility, my boy.
Well, I mean, you heard it here first. We could be in first place or last place. We need to take away the turnovers. We need to stop giving up unnecessary penalties. And because I do think Garrett Wilson will be blanketed like a pig in a blanket, somebody's going to have to step up in this pass catching. Now, I'm honestly, it could be anybody. If it's Tyler Conklin again, 2 TDs in a game, sure, that's great. That's great. Denzel Mims is still trying to prove that he's worth the rotation. Corey Davis is out, so he'll have, added opportunity. Sure, free Mims, right? But I'm thinking this is Elijah's time. I'm just thinking. And the fact that they're willing to move him to the slot means that I'm not the only person thinking about Elijah Moore. That's actually why I don't think he's a ghost yet. Don't call him Casper. It's because the fact that they're moving him around, clearly somebody, I don't know if it's Joe, if it's Salah, if it's LaFleur, somebody is saying, hey, we got to switch things up, get this guy more involved. So I do think, we'll be seeing something. And the running backs, who we didn't mention at all, maybe we didn't mention them because we thought it was assumed that Robinson and Carter are both going to have great games, because that's what I'm assuming. One of these pass catchers,
they'll be fine. And the whole blanketed up, I don't know if I agree with that, Woody. Garrett Wilson gets open. I don't care how good this Patriots defense is. The problem, and where I will disagree, then align with you, is that with Garrett Wilson, he will get separation, but not a ton of separation. And if Zach tries to push it to him and he is off by just a couple inches, that could be a turnover to the safety going over the middle or going to the outside. So I think he will get windows where he could have a ball be caught. And I don't think he's going to struggle with getting windows, but they're going to be windows with someone behind him ready to go and pick up, the slop if Zach goes and botches the pass. So, nearly my hope is that he is blanket covered, because if we try to push it to him and, we're missing throws to him, that could be a problem, because I think that's where the turnover is going to come. But we shall see. We've got a fun game Sunday, a pivotal game Sunday. We can go from top of the heap to the stinking pile, and that is a scary position to be in. But the good thing is that this division is so good. Even if we do lose, we still have a very good shot of making the playoffs. So, Jets fans, if this does not go our way, do not sound the alarms. Do not lose your minds. Be upset. Cry. Throw a tantrum. Call your mother. Do what you got to do. But it's not the end of the season yet. There is I think there's actually still a strong likelihood that we make the playoffs, even if we do lose this game, just because of this strong success we've had in this stretch of the last 6 games. But looking forward to Sunday. Woody, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, you said it. All right, win or lose, the season goes on. I think we're making the playoffs. Simple as that. We're making the playoffs. So, but it would be nice to win. It would be nice to finally end this streak, right? So 7-3. Let's do it. JETS.
Jets, Jets, Jets.